Well, I'm with Ann, who is a fixed body user, a tennis player from years ago, converted to pickleball, and has been playing for about 3 years. And she has been a user of the fixed body device, which we're going to talk a little bit about today.
Mhm.
So, Ann, thank you for being with us.
Welcome.
Yeah. And talk a little bit about the genesis of your pain, like when it began, and did it kind of surprise you at first? Did you kind of go, what the heck is that? Or how did it kind of come about?
Yeah, so I was actually at the JCC Maccabi Games, which is like the Jewish Olympics for teens.
Hmm.
I was in San Diego in August, and I had some tennis players, so I was on the courts watching them, and competition had ended, and I wanted to just hit around with one of the kids, and we were just joking around. And I grabbed a racket, and we went out, and I hit, and I could just feel something wasn't right on my thing, and we just hit around for just a tad, and I couldn't do it anymore. And literally the rest of that week, it was in my elbow was in excruciating pain. I wasn't sure if I did something to it, broke it, did whatever. But to
Wow.
the point when I was in the airport, I couldn't even move my luggage, put that weight against my arm. I had to use my left hand. I couldn't use my right hand for anything. I couldn't pick up any, like a water bottle, anything. And it persisted for a while. I iced it. I did the things you would normally do with an injury.
Sure.
I ended up at the orthopedic, and he asked a few questions, did a few tests with me,
Mhm.
and basically said I had tennis elbow. And I said, "What do you do for tennis elbow?" And he said, "Well, I can put my arm out straight and stretch my joint." And I did it for probably a good month or two.
Mhm.
And really to the point where I still couldn't pick up a water bottle correctly.
Wow.
I couldn't cup it. I couldn't do anything. Any pressure would really hurt me. And I don't really have a whole lot of pain. So being in pain is not a fun thing, when you can't even do your normal everyday activities. So the stretching wasn't working. And when I met Bryce again, I think just in conversation, I said, I don't play right now. Oh, he was going to donate some stuff from Paddle for our pickleball tournament here at
Got
the
it.
Jewish Community Center.
Okay.
And we just were talking, and I said, he asked if I played, and I said, I don't at the moment because I have tennis elbow. And he said, oh, we're looking for somebody who has tennis elbow. I don't know anybody. And I said, well, it's horrible. It's absolute. And I never thought that pain would go away. It literally was excruciating.
Now you mentioned it
Um,
happened in August of what year?
this year,
Of
of
of last
2022,
year, 2022. Okay. And had
2022.
you
And I
hadn't been
probably
playing
met
pickle?
with Bryce in October,
Okay.
end of September, October. Um, and he said he had this contraption, that alleviates, um, tennis elbow. I said, bring it on. Like, there's nothing that's going to alleviate this pain. Nothing.
Right.
Um, and so I was skeptical. And so he brought it, and I used it. And again, I was skeptical. You put this contraption on. I will say it is a little cumbersome, but you
Yes.
put this contraption on. I love the smell of the oil that you put on, or the salve that you put on with it. But and you sit there for 5 minutes the first time, and it feels very weird. And I was like, okay, is this doing anything? And lo and behold, I can pick up my water bottle now. I can,
Wow.
I've not picked up a racket, but I feel like in good faith, I could pick up a racket.
Sure.
Um, but just that excruciating pain, it's gone.
Yeah.
And it, I would say it sits there, by my TV. Now you only wear it for 10 minutes at a time.
Mhm.
But it's literally, I think it's given me my mobility back. It's given me, well, there's no pain. I'll take
Yeah.
it.
Sure.
Um, so it really,
Yeah.
skeptic no longer.
Well, what's interesting is that in our American life here, there's a lot of products that come our way, and you look at them and sometimes go, "Come on, it can't be." I've seen doctors, I've done this, I've done that, and then when something comes along like this, it almost feels like like voodoo or magic almost. And then when you do it and it actually works, and there's a science behind it, it really validates the very thing that you've experienced, and that is
Well, and it looks
remedy.
so simple. I mean, it's
Yeah.
got little metal things that are just moving, I assume, on a rotation. And again, I don't know the ins and out. I didn't take it apart, but um,
Yeah, you
it
shouldn't do
sits
that.
there and I have to figure out how to get it on my arm correctly and make it stay
Sure.
there. And,
Yeah.
it's a little cumbersome, like I said. But other
Right.
than that, I mean, I've sung its praises here to anybody who's got golf elbow or whatever they call the golf part.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
because I read the book and I know there's a golf. I didn't know there was golf elbow.
Yeah.
Um, and then there's the tennis elbow. But I was
Sure.
like, this is ridiculous. I only picked up a tennis racket for a small amount of time. I didn't know then, am I using too heavy of a pickleball racket that just used, that made it this way? All the questions that would go through my head, like, oh my gosh. So, um, yeah, I am anxious to get on the pickleball court. I have yet to find the free time to do that.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not
but
it's not for the wanting, it's just the time element, right?
it's just the time. Yeah.
Got it.
And
Got
again,
it.
we only have certain times here that we're open for pickleball. Um, and
Yeah.
it is what it is. But
Yes.
to tell you that I can pick up my water bottle without pain, I mean, as simple as a freaking water bottle. No matter which way I did it, it didn't work.
Sure. Sure.
And I would
Well, I think
carry everything.
you make a
Go
really
ahead.
terrific point about the device itself because, like sometimes unbeknownst to each of us, we sit for a period of time, and like you were saying, if you find in the chair or the couch that you just watch, a show or something for a few minutes, even, you can then position the device so that your arm is kind of cradled in it and it does what it does, and you're not doing anything extraordinary. But once you kind of
No,
get, like you explained, once you kind of get comfortable with it and you position yourself correctly, it has this capability of bringing remedy, and that's, I think, a terrific
for
part of the
10 minutes
product.
every other day, I was like, there's no way this is going to work. But yeah, no
That's something
physical
else,
therapy, no nothing that
right?
I mean,
Yep.
I every time I do go and pick up like my 40-ounce water bottle that are heavy, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna feel the winds," and I don't.
Wow. So what's the plan for 2023? You think you're going to get on the court soon, or are you still a little tentative,
I
or
would
what?
like to, I would like to carve out that time for myself.
Sure.
Um, I need to find a partner to do it with.
Yep.
Um, I do have one, and we just have to make it work. We had so much fun. We enjoyed our Monday afternoons doing it.
Mhm.
Again, like we thought we would be the cool shit out there as the young ones, but they showed us, and it was fun.
That's great. So, like, when you started looking at this product, did you kind of read up on it and say, this isn't just a kind of a marketing gig? This actually has physical therapists and doctors behind it, in the overall design of it. And I think they do a pretty artful job on their website about talking to people like you and me who were not doctors, we're patients
Right,
basically. And
right.
also, I think the sheer convenience of it. I mean, if you had to go to a doctor who could provide remedy for this condition, it's a lot of driving and it's costly, and insurance and all this mess. And this thing is a godsend when you can just do it in your home for a few minutes each day, and get the kind of results that you've talked so fondly about. And
Yeah.
so when you looked at it, what kind of resonated with you that said, this is really cool, I got to try it?
I mean, I brought it home and it's beautifully packaged. It's a very nice package. And I read through all the cards and did it again, going in blind. I had no idea what this was. Bryce just kind of said, here, try this. And reading up on, okay, every other day, 10 minutes, and just it's there staring at me. So I know to do it when I'm watching my, General Hospital Daily or whatever it is.
Sure.
Um, so, it was kind of like dummy proof. So I just, okay, it's worth a shot. Everything, my pain is there. I don't want it anymore. So let's give it a try. Again, very skeptical.
Yep.
And then as I kept feeling it get better, or, I don't feel a wince here and there, I'm like, oh yeah, we can keep doing this.
Right.
I don't know how long to keep doing this, but
Yep.
some days I go, or some weeks I'll go without doing it, and then I'm like, "Oh, I probably should do this just to keep it up."
Sure.
Um, but again, that part I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, how long. Um, but if I don't feel it, I'll keep doing it.
Yeah. Well, I would safely say if you can pick up a water bottle with water, obviously, and ice in it or something, which weighs a whole lot more than a paddle would,
Mhm.
pickleball paddle. Certainly, if you can withstand that weight load without any wince of pain or just like you always did, right? Like, you
Right.
never thought about it before.
Right, going
I think,
about life, right.
yeah, you would be safe to assume that you could go and play and resume the game you love so much, and that's really great.
Mm.
Um, any other parting comments that you would love the people at Fixed Body to know because they might get to see
Um,
this?
no, but I do love the smell of their salve, so if they wanna put it in a candle or something, that'd be great too.
There you go. Aren't we a funny we're a funny bunch here in the US. I mean, the way stuff's packaged. I was just talking to one of the people at Fix the other day, and we were talking about the cosmetics of products and the things that, colors of products and such. And we're just a finicky bunch, but Lord knows we've all tried different creams on, different parts of our body to relieve inflammation. And some of the smell is just like, gosh, you want to get
Mhm.
well just so you don't have to put that stuff on anymore,
Right.
so you
Homeopathic, just put it out there.
right,
I
exactly.
I do like the way it is packaged. It's not separate, it's all in one container, so
Mhm.
I can put it on a shelf, um, in my living room, so I know that it's there and I can use it when I want.
Sure.
But it's not all these separate pieces just laying out for
Yeah,
everybody to see, and it just looks clunky.
yeah,
So I do appreciate that I can put it away and make it look aesthetically pleasing in my living room, um, with everything so it's there and not put away and forgotten.
it's great. Well, Ann, I thank you so much for spending some time with us and talking about the fixed body device so that other people that are experiencing the same pain and same condition that you have could find remedy in this terrific product.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad you're well. That's a good
Thank
thing.
you. Thank you. Well, let me know if you guys need anything, and, thanks for spending some time with me.